Hey y'all, Taker here, and welcome back to my channel. It's been quite a while since I've had a Nendoroid focused haul video, so here we go. Now we're starting out with a fan favorite, and that's Alexandar the Jar Warrior. And I had very fond memories of encountering him in the games. It was really entertaining how when you first meet him, he's stuck in what looks like a hole, like just this spontaneous hole in the ground. And yeah, ever since I just knew I had to get a figure of him at some point. Now, Alexander is a very simple Nendoroid, straightforward and to the point, just like his warrior code. There's no extra faceplates since he's a jar, he doesn't have a face, though he still does have interchangeable parts, like his arms, which do have joints, so you can move them around. You can even swap out his fists for open hands, and he also does come with Jar Bjarn. Or Jar Barn? Jar Bjarn? I'm not quite sure how to pronounce his name, but we'll go with Jar Barn. My favorite pose for him at this point is him crossing his arms. That is the most iconic pose for Alexander, especially when he's not stuck in a hole. My only gripe about this figure is they never capitalized on the unique characteristics of a Jar Warrior. And that's the fact that they gather the remains of fallen warriors and place them into their jar, into their body, to make themselves stronger. And so Alexander's whole shtick is he tries to find worthy opponents that he'll defeat, and he collects their remains and adds them to his own body. The fact that you can't take the lid off of this figure is just a missed opportunity. I really do wish that Good Smile went that extra mile with this figure. They could have just hollowed him out, and you could take the lid off, and that'd be very useful in terms of Nendoroids, because the remains of fallen warriors, why not make them hollow so we can store, our bits and pieces of our Nendoroids, like our extra hand pieces, our joints, well, I'm sure it couldn't fit faceplates, but you get what I'm saying. There was a way to utilize this figure, and it was never fully realized. So that's kind of disappointing. Though there is one item that puzzles me in this figure, and that is his pre-order bonus, the Exalted Flesh. As I said before, the Jar's lore is that they collect fallen warriors and make themselves stronger. I don't see why the Exalted Flesh was bundled in as a pre-order bonus. It doesn't make much sense. Now, next up we have Vagabond. And out of the Tarnished classes, Vagabond was not really my class of choice. I much preferred not the warrior class, but the hero class when starting out in Elden Ring. But it's nice to get some, some tarnished representation with this Elden Ring set. And I haven't seen a hentai protagonist face on a Nendoroid before. Rightio, already looking a lot more complicated than Alexander. That's pretty cool. The cape looks like it's removable, actually. So you can probably do a couple cool, different poses on this one. And now we just need to put the hand parts on. Alright, that took a little longer than I thought it should take, but we are there. Now, I'm pretty surprised that Good Smile Company decided to go with Vagabond as the flagship tarnish of this Nendoroid line. I would have expected Vagrum of the Raging Wolf, or the Warrior class, or even Nephili Lu, aka Female Hero. Going with Vagabond is just kind of a strange course of action for Good Smile Company in general. Now, Vagabond's loadout is pretty simple. He comes with 2 faceplates, 1 stoic face, and 1 shouting face. He has a long sword, a shield, an Estus flask, and a torch. One feature of him is that he is able to hold Alexandar's pre-order bonus, which is the Exalted Flesh. Good Smile Company is probably trying to capitalize on buying Nendoroids as a set. Well, other than complaining about shady business practices, I really do love the look of Vagabond. He has some really good weathering to his armor, and the color, the paintwork is just very good. I just really do like how they captured pretty much the entire armor set, but in a Nendoroid form. Simple, straight to the point, achieves what it's going for. And honestly, this is really what kicked off my collecting of the Elden Ring Nendoroids. I didn't think I was going to get the rest, but my completionist came out, and I couldn't handle just having Ranni, especially the way they did the pre-order bonuses, how most of them tie into a particular figure. Yeah, I'll never forgive Good Smile Company for doing such a thing. Now here's our final Nendoroid of the day, Ranni the Witch. Now, surprisingly, Good Smile Company put a lot of detail into this figure. Starting with her face. She does not come with any additional faceplates, which is unconventional for Nendoroids in general, if you don't include Alexander, of course. And there is a lore reason for that, since Ranni casted off her human flesh and put her soul into a doll, which is also why she has that floating face to the side. That is actually Ranni's true form, her soul that's possessing this witch doll. So her not having extra faceplates isn't just Good Smile Company trying to capitalize on profits. It does make sense. However, you can still swap her face out for another Nendoroid. The parts are still there for taking her face off. It's just that her figure doesn't come with anything additional. And if you are not liking the soul appearing to the side of her face, or you find it a bit creepy, you can remove that. You can take the face off and it would just be Ranni herself. Now, at first glance, it does appear that Ranni is quite lacking in the props department, though she does have the Dark Moon Greatsword, a family heirloom, and a recurring weapon in the FromSoft game series. It's not usable by her. She doesn't have any hand pieces that can hold it. You could probably swap in a handpiece for another Nendoroid so she can hold the Greatsword, but I don't believe that is the purpose of her being bundled that way. In the games, she doesn't actually wield the Greatsword, and it's actually an item that she entrusts to her future significant other, or her knight, which would be the main character, the Tarnished. So this is probably another move by Good Smile Company to get their customers to buy the entire line of Elden Ring products so that you can gift the Dark Moon Greatsword to Vagabond. That would be your stand-in for your OC. Really capitalizing on the Ranni Gooners, definitely. Yeah. Really playing out the Age of Stars ending. speaking of the Age of Stars ending from Elden Ring, there is a very surprising detail that they included, and that is her hand pieces. One of her hand pieces actually does have a different style ring on it, the standard ring being a solid silver band, and the special ring being a silver band, but it's inset with a dark gemstone. That's a reference to the Dark Moon ring that you get to complete Ranni's ending. So you pretty much canonically marry Ranni, and that is a marriage ring. And that's pretty surprising that the sculptors went that far with this figure. And her pre-order bonus is also pretty lackluster. I feel like all the pre-order bonuses have been lackluster. But it's still nice. Adds detail to her base. She has the summoning, I think they're the summoning signs. Yeah, the summoning signs are her pre-order bonus. And yeah, that's pretty much it. They're just a way to call Ranni. I would have really liked, I mean, they really wouldn't have ever done this, but heck, Alexander got Jarbarn, why couldn't Ranni get Torrent? Or why is there not a Torrent Nendoroid? That's kind of, at least for Good Smell Company, that's a missed opportunity for a even more expensive Nendoroid. But thankfully, I did collect a Torrent plush doll at some point, so all's well that ends well, I suppose. And with that, that's all the figures I have to showcase today. If you liked what you saw, please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. See ya!